There is no such thing as a bad winning streak. A winning streak is a winning streak. It doesn't matter how many days it is. So believe me, today, being in the position of going for winning day number 7 out of 8, I am happy. I am content. I'm overjoyed that the past 2 days I delivered major wager winners for you, and you got them both for over half price off. But listen, if you want to talk about winning streaks, you got to talk about Chuck O'Brien when it comes to college basketball. This is a guy who about 4 months ago contacted me out of the blue, asked if there would be an opening here at the site to come back because he had been gone for almost 3 years. He was a good guy, liked working with him, always delivered his product on a timely basis, produced a nice winning percentage as well. So I welcomed him back with open arms. My God, I never saw the winning streak coming, though. What a phenomenal return it has been. Listen, today he is not only going for winning day number 21 out of 28, but he has 50-dime winner number 16 out of 24. It's the late Pac-12 game between Southern Cal and Washington State, and I made it the half-price play of the day. Not only because he's going for winning day number 21 out of 28, but since his return to this site. Now, again, we're talking a little over 2 months ago. He has gone 27-9 with his college basketball releases. $10 bettors making $4,775 with those, 36 plays? And over the past 2 weeks, a 7-0 sweep with 20-dime releases, including Miami of Florida over Duke on Monday night, and then coming back on Tuesday with Memphis after Memphis lost at home to East Carolina. What is it? 16.5-point favorite in their game prior, getting the job done at Central Florida. Well, those 20-dime plays, he's on an 18-5 run, including a 7-0 sweep the past 2 weeks. Tonight's play is 2.5 times stronger. It's the half-price play of the day simply by using coupon code LATE, L-A-T-E, because, again, the game goes at 10:30 Eastern. Now, also today, yes, the charity play, unfortunately, did not win for a 6th consecutive week on Monday night. However, as I've often told you, about 80% of you, sometimes almost 85% of you out there, have at least one long-term package with a handicapper here at the site. So I feel compelled to always offer you the opportunity to either extend those packages going forward or to get on board with a long-term money-saving discount package with a huge coupon discount code as well. So, today, 1 day only, special package savings. Save $125 off the purchase price of any handicapper's 30-day package by using coupon code SAVE125, S-A-V-E 125, or you can save $50 off any handicapper's 7-day package by using coupon code SAVE50. Now remember, if you happen to be involved in a long-term package, let's say Chuck O'Brien, for example, let's say you have 12 days left on your 30-day package. You can re-up and get another 30 days, which would then give you 42 total days. You don't have to do anything. The system will automatically extend the package term for you. You would save $125 off the purchase price using the coupon SAVE125. And if you have any instant rebates, they would be applicable as well. Should you ever have any questions, you always can contact customer service. Again, it's a 1 day only coupon special, today only. And all the details, all the other discounts, including my latest discounted college basketball play, all over on the home page. Let's get to your complimentary plays here for tonight's card. I'm going to go with Syracuse at home minus the 3.5 points against Notre Dame. Listen, I can count on one hand the number of times in the past 10 years I have bet on the Orangemen. They're just a team that I have never been able to figure out. And they're a team, to be quite honest with you, I can't stand because I just can't stand their coach. I don't like Jim Boeheim. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he carries himself. I don't like that whiny voice. I don't like the way he looks. Is there anything else I could possibly not like about Jim Boeheim? Maybe the socks he's wearing tonight? I'm not too sure. But the bottom line is I will be able to venture this pick because it's a free play. Because in reality, I actually do like Syracuse tonight. Listen. Notre Dame has lost 4 straight at the Carrier Dome, and they've only shot 38.1% in those 4 losses, and they've averaged 13 turnovers a game in those 4 losses. Now, a variety of factors. You know, when you're playing in a cavernous facility like that, it's always a little harder when you're the road team to shoot. The other thing is the turnovers and the poor shooting percentage can be contributed to Boeheim's matchup zone defense. What I think is going to hurt the Irish here, who are playing very good ball, is the fact that their leading scorer, Demetrius Jackson, suffered a hamstring injury in the last game. He is considered doubtful tonight. I know there are some people that are holding out hope that he might play tonight. But listen, some sources have him out. Others have him doubtful. So I'm just passing on what I found in my research. This guy's averaging 16.6 points and 5 assists a game for the season. However, his last 6 games, he's averaged a little over 20 points and shot nearly 42%. And from three-point land, 15 for 26 in that 6-game stretch. So that shows you how important he is to this Notre Dame offense. Now, the Orange just capped a 3-game road trip with an 8-point loss at Virginia on Sunday, 73-65. Before then, they won at Wake Forest, and of course, they won at Duke. I got to explain something to you, though, about that Syracuse-Virginia game. Keep in mind, if you knew this already, or if you're not aware of it, file it away. You know, they did not arrive, because of the blizzard that hit the Mid-Atlantic states, they did not arrive, the Orange men basketball team, to Charlottesville, Virginia, till a little over 7 hours before the start of the game. Well, they came out in that game, and they didn't play with their normal defensive tenacity. I couldn't remember the word there for a minute. And the other thing is, I thought it was really interesting that over, 30 of their 54 field goal tries in that game were launched as three-pointers. Now, that is really weird, because that's not the way they play, because they're not a good shooting team. Now, Virginia is a very strong defensive team, but I just wonder if perhaps they were off their game because, again, they only arrived 7-some hours before game time, and tired legs led to them just simply exerting less effort by launching the 3-ball. Either way, I think that this is a good position to jump back on the Orangemen here tonight and take them in this game. So Syracuse is going to be your first complimentary play. Your other one, I'm going to go with George Washington from my favorite conference, the Atlantic 10. George Washington is a 6.5-point favorite tonight at home against Richmond. Of course, GW is a perfect 11-0 at home this season. Richmond's coming off a 78-70 loss to Davidson at home. A Davidson team that had lost 6 straight games on the road, and Richmond was a 6.5-point favorite in that game on Monday, which was originally scheduled to be played on Saturday, but twice delayed, and they lost that game. The Colonials rebounded from a loss at Dayton back on January 15th by struggling, but coming up with the 62-58 home win against Rhode Island on Friday, another game that was pushed up a day because of the blizzard. Richmond is a good offensive team. They average like 79 points a game. Problem is, Richmond can't stop anybody defensively. They allow 74 points a game, 74.2 to be exact. They are dead last in terms of field goal percentage defense in the Atlantic 10. They allow opponents to hit over 46% of their shots. That's like 300 and, I think it's like 308th in the entire nation. So think about it. That's maybe 300 and, I think there's like 338 teams in Division I, and they're 308. I can tell you, having researched that game with Richmond and Davidson over the weekend, that this is the worst defensive unit that Chris Mooney has had during his tenure at the Spiders' helm. On the other hand, you have a George Washington team that is very stout defensively, okay? They only allow 66.8 points per game. They hold opponents to 41.4% shooting. So you have a 6.5-point favorite at home, undefeated at home, that gives up 8 points less per game. And you're only asking me to lay 6.5 points with GW, a team that will put the clamps defensively on Richmond, a team that will use its superior size to get to the line and dominate down low, a team that also shoots extremely well from the free throw line. And I think that's one of those stats that a lot of people overlook. When I'm handicapping college basketball, more so than in the NBA, I look to see how a team shoots from the free throw line, especially there at home. Because at home, you're naturally going to get more calls going your ways, which means your team is going to go to the line more often. Well, you've got to be able to convert. Well, you got a George Washington team that shoots like a little over 75% from the free throw line. On the other hand, you've got a Richmond team that is dead last in the Atlantic 10, only hits 65.1% of its free throw attempts. So when the Spiders get to the line, and they're a smaller team, they're not going to be nearly as successful. 6.5-point line, that could be all the difference in this game. So I'm going to go with GW here. One other interesting note. Richmond against Davidson in the Monday game, the makeup game, 0 for 15 for three-pointers. 0 for 15 in that game. They are 3 for 33 in their last 2 games from three-point land. Now, normally, they're a very good three-point shooting team. But when you're in a slump, you're in a slump, and it's not going to get any better playing at a very good defensive-minded George Washington team with the Colonials at home in this one. So again, George Washington is going to be your other complimentary play along with Syracuse. I like them both equally here tonight. And that'll do it for today's video. Best of luck to you guys. I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.